네, 여러분 안녕하십니까?
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We are now ready to start the 2020 Hankyoreh-Busan International Symposium. Thank you very much, and my name is Lee. I will be the MC for the symposium today. First of all, I'd like to express my great appreciation to everyone joining this conference out of your busy schedule. Okay, now we will start the 2022 Hankyoreh-Busan International Symposium under the theme of peace and reunification on the reconciliation of the Korean Peninsula beyond the new Cold War and hegemonic struggle. First of all, we will have the opening ceremony, starting with the opening remarks by Chung-in, chairman of Hankyoreh Foundation for Reunification and Culture. Please welcome him with a warm round of applause.
반갑습니다.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am Chung-in, and I am heading up the Korea Hankyoreh Foundation for Reunification and Culture. It is my great pleasure to host this meaningful annual event together with the Busan Metropolitan City. I should begin by thanking those distinguished guests who have been supporting our 18-year-long journey for peace, including Mr. Byung-jin, the Vice Mayor of Busan Metropolitan City, and Mr. Hyun-dae, the President of Hankyoreh Media Group. And I'd like to also express my deepest gratitude to the citizens of Busan Metropolitan City and organizers from the city government and the Korea Maritime Institute for their support. My thanks go out to domestic and overseas guests participating in this event online and offline, which represents solidarity and dedication. The topic of this year's Hankyoreh-Busan International Symposium is Peace and Reconciliation on the Korean Peninsula Beyond New Cold War and Hegemonic Struggle. With the Russia-Ukraine war breaking out this February being prolonged, Europe is now facing some of the worst of the geopolitical risks since the World War II, and the ripples are affecting the whole world. To make matters worse, the power struggle between the US and China, which are the most dominant economic and military powers, is becoming intense and creating an atmosphere of a new Cold War. And the Korean Peninsula is also facing challenges because of shifts in the global order. The 30-year-long effort for restoring peace on the Korean Peninsula is about to come to nothing. The confrontations between the two allied powers, the ROK and the US, and Japan and North Korea, China, and Russia have been intensified. And an extended deterrence strategy and consultation group, which was organized to address immediate and overwhelming military action by North Korea, began its full operation. I'm afraid that these changes might lead to Korean Peninsula to an irreversible era of nuclear threats. We need to work harder for this under these circumstances. These global crises that have destabilized the Korean Peninsula and the global order might have been caused by our insufficient efforts for peace. I am deeply hoping this event will lead us to come up with an opportunity to get motivated again. We are in Busan. It is Korea's capital of the maritime, and it is a link between the vast Eurasian continent and Indo-Pacific regions. However, the recent disruption of the global supply chain has made Busan find it hard to maintain its geo-economic advantages and achieve its vision of a global logistic hub. I believe the session introduced by the KMI is an appropriate topic against this backdrop. The youths and teenagers are the future of the world, including the Korean Peninsula. We want Generation MZ to share their ideas on peace, and that is why the Hankyoreh and Busan Metropolitan City co-host the Peace Essay Competition under the theme of If I Meet with Him or Her. About 40 entered for this event, and we selected the prize winners through strict and impartial judging. I would like to once again thank all the participants online and offline, and most of all, I really hope that Busan will be successful in bidding for the World Expo 2030. Thank you.
네, 문정인 이사
That was Chairman Chung-in. Thank you for your opening remarks. Following on, I'd like to invite Mr. Byung-jin, Vice Mayor of Busan Metropolitan City, who is the co-host of this event. Please welcome him with a big round of applause.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, my name is Byung-jin. I'm Vice Mayor for Administrative Affairs. First of all, I'd like to extend my apologies to you that because the city mayor Park Hyung-jin couldn't join us with us. So on behalf of him, I'm here to deliver his message. It is my and our great pleasure that the Hankyoreh-Busan International Symposium is attended by world-renowned scholars and intellectuals invited to the city of Busan, one of the 5 major ports in the world and the maritime city of Northeast Asia. And I'd like to give my appreciation to the people involved, including Chairman Chung-in of Hankyoreh Foundation for Reunification and Culture for their enthusiasm and efforts in preparing for the symposium. The Hankyoreh-Busan International Symposium, which started in 2005 with the leaders of APEC countries seeking solidarity and integration, is now in its 18th year and has formally established itself as a venue for peace and coexistence in Northeast Asia and as exchange of opinions. This year, we need the insight of scholars and intellectuals in and out of Korea more than ever under the theme of peace and reconciliation on the Korean Peninsula beyond the new Cold War and hegemonic struggle regarding issues like where we should mankind go and where should our world civilization be directed. In this new Cold War era, caused by the war between Russia and Ukraine and the strategic competition between the US and China, as well as in the situations where international relations have been blocked and face-to-face exchanges have become difficult due to COVID-19. The world can no longer be mired in the old conflict or wars, but it should open the way for a new era of civilization and coexistence and peace. This year's symposium will serve as an opportunity to let the world know that the value of our world's civilization can be well advised, hopefully by the symposium in Busan. I hope that the symposium will serve as a forum for discussion to derive a desirable response plan for peace and coexistence in East Asia. And it will also serve as an opportunity to raise the interest for many people in hosting the 2030 World Expo in Busan. Once again, together with the citizens of Busan, I'd like to welcome the experts from home and abroad who are visiting Busan and look forward to seeing you in Busan again in 2030 with World Expo. And I hope you have a wonderful time during your stay in Busan, enjoying colorful events. Thank you very much.
네, 이병진
That was Vice Mayor Byung-jin of the Busan Metropolitan City. Last but not least, I'd like to invite the President Kim Hyun-dae of Hankyoreh Media Group for congratulatory remarks. Please welcome him with a big applause.
Good morning. Once again, my name is Kim Hyun-dae. I'm president of Hankyoreh Media Group, one of the representative trusted media. First of all, I'd like to express my appreciation to Chairman Chung-in of Hankyoreh Foundation for Reunification and Culture, and also to Vice Mayor Byung-jin, who's attending on behalf of Mayor Park. And also, I'd like to welcome everyone who newly joining the symposium this year. Thank you very much for joining this symposium. And also, I cannot forget to thank the shareholders and subscribers of Hankyoreh. As already introduced, the symposium was launched back in 2005, following up on the discussions and the result of Busan APEC Summit. And now we are celebrating the 18th year. In the meantime, we have been gathering our wisdom and capabilities to the door to peace on the Korean Peninsula and around the world. And every year, we tried very hard to send our messages to usher in peace all around the world. And I remember that last year, right at this podium, I told you that it is really, I can feel that, we all can feel that peace is not something we can easily earn. And this is the time we can feel that all the more compared to other periods, because maybe this is the most difficult time for us after the Korean War occurred. And I think to myself that when the darkness grows deeper, it ushers in the dawn. Therefore, with unwavering belief that we can certainly open the door to peace, we are gathered here today in order to share the insights, knowledge, capabilities, and experiences with experts and interest parties around the world. People around the world are suffering from the fear of war, and also their aspiration for peace is growing. Against this backdrop, I am certain that our efforts and dedication will certainly bear fruits. Hankyoreh Media Group was launched based on the great support of 70,000 public shareholders who desperately hope for peace and democratization on the Korean Peninsula and around the world. And beyond the political blocs of progressives and conservatives, our vision is to open a door to the world and that everyone can enjoy coexistence in peaceful manner. Therefore, it is all the meaningful that we are every year hosting this symposium together with the Busan City government. Once again, I'd like to thank everyone joining the symposium who will be the key role, who will play the key role to usher in the peace on the Korean Peninsula and around the world. Thank you very much.
That was congratulatory remarks by President Kim Hyun-dae. Please give him another round of applause. And as the last thing for this opening ceremony, we will have a photo op of all the participants. The speakers and the participants or the moderators are kindly asked to come up to the stage for the group photo.
네, 앞줄에 계신 분들께서는
And the guests in the front row are kindly asked to go to the stage and for the group photo.
감사합니다. 스태프의 안내.
Thank you very much. Please follow the guides of our staff to go back to your seat.
네, 그럼 이것으로
This brings us to the end of the opening ceremony of the Hankyoreh-Busan International Symposium 2022. Once again, let's give a big round of applause to all the speakers.